All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wa Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. To the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai also. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible. Okay? Being in this truth, man, we push in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And with that spirit comes the spirit of manhood, the spirit of masculinity. And that's a spirit that this world opposes, man. People treat you like you're a bad guy because you carry yourself manly. They look at you like you're crazy, like you're some type of buffoon, like you're some type of tyrant, like you're heartless, like you just hate, and that's all you do. Because the world that we currently live in, they promote, being beta, being effeminate, getting walked all over, having a lack of confidence, putting faith in women, starting with your mother, all right? This truth ain't about being no mama's boy, all right? When you're young, you go through that phase, but when you grow up, you got to grow up out of that, man. And it's natural, when you're a young boy to cling to your mother. In fact, our forefather, Jacob, he was that way, okay? He was, so to speak, he was a mama's boy when he was young, all right? And a lot of our people come in that same spirit as they grow older. Let's go to it. Let's go to the very beginning, which is really, hence the definition of the word Genesis. Genesis 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew. And the boys that it's speaking of here is Jacob and Esau. Okay? Jacob being the younger. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So Jacob was a mama's boy when he was young. And that's normal. It's normal, to cling to your mother. But when you grow older, you gotta jump out of that mama's boy spirit, because everything that your mama says ain't gospel. In fact, most of the information that your mother gives you is flat out it's wrong. It's not right. It's wrong. Okay? That's why a lot of our mothers are single, because they're not walking according to what the scriptures say. They're doing things according to what they want to do. So for you to be a mama's boy, especially in today's time, you're going down the path of destruction. All right? You got to be a man in this truth. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is calling us to be men, not to be mama's boys. With that mama's boy spirit, that's where you get that woman worship from. That's where you allow different women to abuse and use you up. You sticking up for them, and they're being wicked as hell to you. Okay? You're just their floor mat. But real men, we ain't playing that. I don't push this word in hopes to win over the masses of women. All right? Because I understand it was through the woman that we all died. All right? I love women, but I'm not going to let no woman feel like she's above me or she's better than me. That's what I'm not going to do. And I'm not going to let my mother feel that just because she's my mother, everything that she says is golden. Everything that she says is what I'm supposed to listen to. Do I honor my mother? Of course I do. I honor my father and my mother. Okay? But I'm not a mama's boy. In fact, out of all of my mother's children, I'm the one son that is not a mama's boy. But I went through that mama's boy phase. Okay? I even made a couple songs back in the world when I did music about Dear Old Mama. When I was younger, one of my favorite songs by Tupac was Dear Mama. I went through the mama's boy phase. So far that I got my mother's name tattooed on my neck. That was back in my ignorance. But even back when I was doing those things, I never was the type of man to just let women dominate me or rule over me, that never set right with my spirit. When you're young, you go through through the naive stage. When you're in high school, freshman, sophomore, you still trying to figure it out, right? But really, as you go on through life and you're dealing with different women, whether it be, through relationships, whether it be because, your cousins, your female cousins, your sisters, your mother, your aunties, just seeing how they are, you start picking up that, hey, man, they're not all perfect like they say they are. Okay? So to be a mama's boy is not what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is looking for. He's not looking for pushovers. He's not looking for men that worship women and do everything that the woman says just to please a woman. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay, so Jacob being a mama's boy, why do you think so many people today within the nation of Israel are mama's boys? Look at our men. Our men are a bunch of mama's boys. But that has done a lot of destruction unto our people as well. Because our women are not under the vibration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They're under the vibration of Satan. So these men today that are being raised by these women end up, being murderers, end up being sodomites, end up being over emotional, irrational, okay? Not using wisdom, but using emotional, letting their emotions drive them instead of them driving their emotions, which, it's easy to get carried away sometimes and kind of lose yourself, right? But a lot of, the men within Israel today, you can talk all day, all sorts of ill things about their fathers, but the second you talk about their mother, there's a problem. You can talk all day long against their grandpas, but the second you talk about Big Mama in the kitchen cooking up them chitlins, there's a problem. All right, because a lot of our people are in the spirit of, the Queen of Heaven worship. All right. Job 14:1. Job 14:1. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. So all of us are born of a woman, but more so a man that is raised by a woman who is running the household. She's the head of the house. The man is nowhere to be found. Or maybe the man is in the house, but he's a softie. He's a punk. He's a pushover. He's a sissy, And his woman, she's doing all the masculine things the men should be doing. She's irrational. She's over emotional. She's showing out a certain way in front of her children, leading a bad example for them to basically pick up on in their life. All right? Women are supposed to be guided. They're supposed to guide the house while at the same time being guided by their husband. Okay? But these women today have multiple husbands. These women today, not only do they sleep around, they don't even know if baby daddy's really baby daddy a lot of the times. They're going off of assumptions. But this ain't about that. What this is about is mama's boys, man. A lot of our men are mama's boys, but that reflects in your everyday life with how you are with females in general. Okay, wrong is wrong, right is right. But to a mama's boy, they get a pass, man. She's a woman. Show her some respect. When she doesn't even respect herself, neither does she respect you. All right, she's looking at you like you're a punk, you're a pushover, and you over here, still trying to massage her back like she's a damn genie in a bottle, man. But really, yeah, she is a trap. She's a trap unto you. That's what a jinn is, where you get the word genie. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. So, a lot of our men have anger problems, anger issues, because they're over emotional being raised by the woman, So going back to our forefather Jacob was a mama's boy when he was younger. But what you have to understand is when you're younger, And then when you're a grown man, that's two different things. All right? When you grow up and you get older, a man's supposed to, get him a woman, cling to his wife, do manly things, be responsible, carry yourself a certain way, not worshiping your wife or your mother or women in general, but worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. So look at a lot of the single parent households where, there's no father. Okay? You'll see a lot of the emotional men who are irrational. They're not trying to talk things out. They're just trying to shoot it up, bang, bang, just fight you, just disrespect you, insult you. Okay? And all you want to do is correct them and change them. All right? In terms of what the scriptures say, which, it's not about us changing them. You want to see them change. You want to see them do, the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua on the right-hand side. But we understand everybody's not meant for that. This ain't for everybody. And that's how you know this is also a precious path, that we are involved in. And the Lord has woken up different men from different paths. And, when you see, men come into this truth with tattoos, they have this rough, manly look about them. It's a stumbling block to a lot of people. Okay? We're not like the rest of you people in the world. We're men. We carry ourselves such as men. We don't go around trying to be bullies and tyrants and try to exercise authority and power over people in a rude, rigorous way. We do everything according to the spirit, man. All right? So that mama's boy spirit, that woman worshiping spirit is not what the Lord is looking for. The Lord is looking for men, because, a lot of our men being raised by women are full of trouble, man. End up in prison early, end up dead early, end up sodomites, end up confused, end up with broken personalities, depressed. They don't know what the hell's going on because they were raised by a woman with no head. And a woman without a head, that's like a headless chicken. A chicken without his head is just going to run around wherever it ends up is where it's going to end up. Is where it is going to end up. Okay? So the Lord ain't looking for mama's boys. Proverbs 8:4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. So the Lord is calling unto men. And in order for you to be a man, you have to do what men do. You have to serve the Lord. You have to show yourself that you're a man by serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. By, casting off that weak nature, casting off the ways of this world, because to be worldly is really childish. People of this world are just childish. They're easily offended. When you really observe them and you check them out, you sit on the sideline and just watch how these people are, you be like, damn, man, these people are childish. This dude really about to throw hands over a damn basketball game. Or this dude's really about to, throw a fit over this dude all because, he stepped on this damn shoe. When you sit back and examine these things, you be like, wow, this is the result of a lot of single mothers raising children. Because you might say, well, it's not the woman's fault. Look at the men. Well, look at most men today. A lot of these men today are raised by single women. I wasn't raised by my real dad. My real dad wasn't nowhere to be found in terms of being there for me like that. But hence, when you look at a lot of my dad's children, it's just broken up. It's messed up. People don't understand people don't understand how much the curses have really done a number on us, man. Has really done a number on us. And a lot of the men that you see in Israel today, they can relate to not having their real father around. If there was a male figure, it wasn't their real father. Or if there was a male figure, he wasn't masculine. He wasn't really showing them how to be men. Really just more so showing them how to be a pushover, man. But the Lord is calling unto men. He's not calling unto mama boys, man. He's not calling unto, men who are trying to be all romantic to women and please women all day long. He's calling unto men. You got to realize your worth when you come into this truth, because the elect are high-valued men. according to the scriptures, we're the gold, man. We're the gold mine. We're the prize. We're the possession, according to the scriptures. Because you have a lot of men, in that MGTOW lifestyle, but really the real MGTOW, the real manhood, the real masculinity, the real getting your power back is serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's the only way, man. Because, he's the one that gave the women these power. He's the one that, flipped things, upside down using Esau. The Lord has that power to do that. And he's the one that's going to flip things right side up. So real masculinity starts with serving the Lord. The Lord is looking for real men. A real man is going to serve him, not serve the world, not serve these women. That's what punks do. That's what losers do, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're not in this thing to be like everybody else. We're in this truth. We have a certain way to carry ourselves, a certain way to walk, and we apply it to our lives daily. What we see in these scriptures, we apply it to our lives, man. It's natural. It becomes a part of you. It becomes nature to where when you read the scriptures, it sounds like you're reading about yourself, literally. That's how much you have to live this truth. And being a mama's boy is not living according to the word. All right? Unto you, O men, I call. My voice is to the sons of men. All right? So the Lord isn't looking for the women. He's looking for you men. So you men, what's the problem, man? Israel lacks leadership. But the Lord is bringing that back, starting with his prophets. 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. So when Jacob was young, he thought as a child. He was a mama's boy. A lot of us, when we were younger, when we were in the world, we thought as a child. All right? But guess what? Let's read forward. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Being a mama's boy is a childish thing, man. Clinging to a woman is one thing, but when you give a woman your strength, I don't care who it is. It can be your own mother. It can be your grandmother. It can be your wife. It can be your daughter. When you give a woman your strength, you're destroying yourself, man. You're not supposed to give any woman your strength. Women are created to be ruled, man, in righteousness. They have to be told what to do because they're naturally rebellious. They're naturally wicked, man. I've even had women tell me they want a man to tell them what to do. But I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and babysit either. If you're telling me you have to be told what to do, that sounds like to me I'm going to be babysitting. But you know what? When you hear categories of women, they're in the category with children in this world. Women and children. Because women and children both need to be guided. You don't serve something that you're supposed to be leading. Why would you make something that you're leading your master? It doesn't make sense. That's dumb. All right, that's what it is. So, when you come to this truth, you put away childish things. Just like on my hands, I got tattoos on my hands. I got the word good life on my fingers. Back in the world, I was planning on living the rich life, the rich lifestyle. I got good life on my fingers, symbolizing, living in a big mansion, having millions of dollars, all these Ferraris and different women. I've always had it in me to want nice things, but I never had it in me to sell my soul for it, to lose my moral integrity for it. We gonna have things coming, but we have to wait. We have to pull away from the desires of this world, We have to pull away from that spirit of worshiping, these women, allowing your mother to rule you. Your mother gives you bad advice, but because it is your mother, you consider and you'll do it, even if it destroys you. You can't be like that in this truth. Anyone that tells you something, you got to weigh it out. You got to measure it out. You got to use discernment. Are they telling me something good? Or are they telling me something that's to my destruction? Male or female. Females can give good advice. But if a female ain't giving you good advice, you damn sure shouldn't be following it, man. And you damn sure, should be in the spirit of being a leader anyway, as a man. That's just how it goes, man. You gotta lead your house. Your house is supposed to be about your spirit. You're supposed to lay down your spirit in that house, man. Your woman, your children are supposed to be based off your frequency. You know, you're not supposed to be off their frequency. Oh, I just want to make my kids happy. I just want to make my wife happy. But here you are, you ain't happy. You're miserable. Talking about a happy life, happy wife, happy life. No, man. In order for you to have a happy wife, you got to put up with a lot of BS, man. You got to do a lot of ass kissing, you know? And even that doesn't give you a happy wife. That gives you a wife that's about ready to leave your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because really deep down in a woman, they want you to take lead. But a lot of that, you know, wanting to be a mama's boy, taking after the ways of those before us who are always into mama, you know, what has that done for us, man? When you look at everything in this civilization, you know, all the streets, the concrete, all these buildings, all these different cars that have been manufactured, all these were made by men. You know, this is a man's world, but a lot of simps, a lot of beta male men were used by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to give some of that power to the woman. And then a lot of you Israelite men, you fall for it by, you know, becoming these mama boys, man, letting women dominate you and rule over you. That's not what a man is about. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your worth. I don't care how bad you think she look, man. I don't care how good a woman looks. I don't care how much you love your mother, how much you love your daughter, how much you love your female cousins, man. You don't give no one power over you. That includes women. You know what I'm saying? When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Okay? Now, I'm going to close it out with this. We're going to go to the book of Job, chapter 38. This is the book of Job, chapter 38 and verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So just like the Heavenly Father told Job, man, gird up thy loins. You know, here it is. Yeah, Job was catching hell. He was going through it. The Most High was like, look, man, gird up your loins, man. Be a man. Face it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to be. You can't be a mama's boy, you know, acting like you want some pretty boy band coming to serve the Lord. All right. And part of being a man ain't about trying to be a knockout artist and show your dominance with how fierce you can throw a right hook and things like that, you know, or lifting weights. I like to do things like that, but that's not really what makes a man. What makes a man is serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. That's where masculinity comes from. It comes from our power. Because, see, we live in a society where Esau is actually putting things in the food to knock down your testosterone levels. So for brothers to be, you know, fully in the spirit and to have that testosterone, that shows you, man, testosterone's also spiritual, man. The Lord gives us that extra boost because Esau is trying to effeminize everybody and make everybody, you know, all delicate, you know. That's what they want. But the spirit of the Heavenly Father and His Son is a spirit of masculinity. It's a spirit of manhood. Gird up your loins like a man. Whatever you're going through, be a man and face it. Be a man and pray to the Lord, man, and know that He gonna get you through it. And stop believing everything that your mother say is golden, because that ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna slide. And just like when Yahushai's own mother had told him to make some wine, he told her, mother, he said, woman, it is not yet my time. Not in those words, but basically, you know, showing her like, look, although you're my mother, don't expect me to just be like, oh yes, ma'am, you're right, mother. No, he said, it ain't my time, woman. But he still ended up making the wine, of course. He still did it. But his mother understood at that point, like, yeah, you know, my son ain't playing around. You know, whatever he say, just do it. Because he's a serious man. All right? And that's how our mothers should feel about us. They should know that we honor them, but they should also know that we serious, we men. All right? And we're about this life. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Wa Rakak Wadash, Until the next lesson, Shalom, stay strong, keep fighting. DTA all day.